Good morning, Nipher, or afternoon or evening, depending on when you're watching this video. I have a couple important announcements for you as we enter our final week of the school year. We are really bummed that we are not spending these final days in the classroom with you, but we are excited to see you next week during our drive-through locker belonging pickup. This will be next Tuesday, May 19th for our 6th and 7th graders. We sent out designated times for pickup in our newsletter the other day. So in our all school email, we sent out times by contact class. So we're asking you to drive through at the designated time of your contact class. And this will be an opportunity to get any locker belongings that you may have had left. We cleaned those out last week for you. And also, if you purchased a yearbook, you can get it at this time. And if you have any library books or textbooks, we will be asking you to return these also at this point. For 8th grade, it's next Wednesday, May 20th, and this is kind of our farewell celebration for 8th graders. We also have designated times by contact class so we can keep it all spaced out and we don't get backed up onto Kirkwood Road with the drive-through process. So I'm going to share my screen here and show you that map that we sent out. And so this map shows where you enter off of Kirkwood Road and then how you'll follow the path around Nipher. Once you reach the sign of your contact teacher, we'll ask you to stop your car and you can open your trunk, and your contact teacher or Dr. Dickinson or Mr. Taylor will put your belongings in your trunk for you and hand you your 8th grade certificates. And if you earn the gold N, we'll have those medals available. We also have t-shirts for every 8th grader at this point. So we know that you may have some bittersweet feelings right now as you end your time at Nipher and begin to look forward to your high school career. Just know that we are thinking about you. We are wishing that we could spend this time in person. But know that you will always belong at Nipher. Take care.
Ever been in a situation that left you with stress and anxiety and you just wanted to get rid of it? Well, I've got the broadcast for you. One way to relieve stress is to go into a quiet or peaceful place. It might have to be outside, and then meditate. You might not know how to meditate, but you can learn how to on YouTube. Meditating is a way that clears your mind of all the negativity and just leaves the positivity. Meditation may also improve outlook, self-discipline, healthy sleep patterns, and even increase pain tolerance. Some people even say that it's helpful for focusing and redirecting their thoughts. Another way to relieve stress is to read. Reading is proved to get your mind off of things if you're focused on the book, and that's when finding a good book for you is important, because you might not like the book and disregard it. This will lead you to not focus on it and think about what stresses you out. Also, you don't necessarily have to read the book. You can listen to an audiobook, watch a movie based on the book, etc. So all you need is entertainment to get something off your mind. But while you're doing that thing, you should light a candle, spray some essential oil, and spray some of your favorite spray that makes you feel secure. You could also try and make yourself feel comfortable with a blanket, your favorite drink, your favorite snack, and someone or something that you love. Lastly, talk to someone that you care about and vice versa. If you are unsure about what to do in a situation that is stressing you out, they will most likely give you some good advice and comfort you if you need any. If you don't want to talk to anyone about it just yet, you can start a journal. This will allow you to spill out your feelings without having a reaction from the journal. From experience, it has helped me out a lot, and I communicate through writing a lot better, and I didn't even know that before I started writing in the journal. Even if you don't feel like writing, you can talk to your pet because obviously they're not going to have a reaction either.
back to Sports Blast. I'm Elliott.
And I'm Carson.
It's been a while since our last edition of Sports Blast, and you might know why.
Most sports have been postponed, but that hasn't stopped the NFL draft.
The draft was held in the commissioner's house, as well as the home of everyone else involved.
There isn't much left to be said about the draft, except there was enough booing, and all the athletes' family couldn't be there live.
One of the victims of COVID-19 was the XFL.
They were forced to shut down and eventually end the league forever.
This really came out of left field because the XFL was the first spring league to do everything right.
The XFL was dealt a great hand and played it well, but unfortunately, things that were out of their control ended it for them.
Across the Pacific, Korean baseball is back in business.
The games are played different with no fans in the stands.
And following this model, youth baseball has gotten started up again.
While it remains to be seen if youth baseball is here to stay, the first weekend back was a success.
That's all for this school year.
Thanks for watching Sports Blast.
Donald Francis Shula, legendary former head coach of the Miami Dolphins and Hall of Famer, died on May 4, 2020 at the age of 90. Shula was best known for his time leading Dan Marino and the Dolphins to 2 Super Bowl victories, including the only perfect season in NFL history and breaking the record for longest shutout, both in 1972. Shula was drafted out of John Carroll University in the 1951 NFL Draft, and he played professionally as a defensive back for the Cleveland Browns, Baltimore Colts, and Washington Redskins, but soon found his passion for coaching. Shula was named 1993 Sportsman of the Year by Sports Illustrated. He had only 2 losing seasons in his 33-year career as head coach in the NFL, and led his team to 6 Super Bowl appearances. He received countless other awards later on, such as the Miami Honor Roll and NFL Coach of the Year, 1964, 1967, 1968, and 1972. His legacy will be remembered by most as one of the greatest and most inspirational coaches of all time.
The impact COVID-19 has had on sports is tremendous.
Both the English Premier League and the Spanish La Liga are canceled indefinitely. Both the NBA and the MLB are also suspended indefinitely. So the question in everyone's heads is, how and when will sports return? Will there be no champion? Will they continue the season in progress or start a new season? If you want to know the answers to these questions, check out the Nightly News website for more.
If you've ever been driving down Highway 44 in Fenton, you may have noticed a giant empty lot and may not have known what it is. Well, in an upcoming story for the Nightly News website, I'm going to tell you about the history, the closure, and the future of the old Chrysler assembly site. Stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching.
A lot of people have been wondering, what will school look like in the fall? So I looked around the internet to find out more about this subject. According to chalkbeat.org, teacher unions are warning that sending educators into buildings without proper testing is dangerous. They also state that for big districts, they are finding extra bus routes and less class sizes for students to help stop the spread. But the big question is, should we just stay home next year? CEO of Chiefs for Change, Mike McGee, stated, "We don't have a single member who is not planning for some amount of distance next year. These things are impossible to predict, but it would be foolish not to have a system ready." Although COVID-19 is deadly, 68 education staff have died in New York. The teacher union says it won't support a return unless regular temperature checks and tracing of those with symptoms or contact with someone shows symptoms. As districts are under pressure to reopen, President Trump stated that reopening could be a jumpstart to handling COVID. Although we hope these circumstances do not happen next year, they could happen. We hope you stay safe and healthy throughout the rest of the summer, and we hope to see you next year.
Thanks for watching.
Summer
Have a great summer.
Summer.